everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Diana and I'm with Be Empowered Yoga with Diana, and I'm going to take you through a quick yoga routine for building a stronger lower body, working on our legs, working on our glutes, a lot of toning and strengthening exercises. You'll notice a little bit of core in there as well. And with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start in a child's pose. So really opening up your knees and bringing your toes to touch. And just lower yourself down into your child's pose. And just taking this minute to connect to your breath. Connect to your practice today. Really feeling your chest just reach the earth and your mat with each exhale. Completely releasing all tension in your hips, in your thighs, and just letting it all go. Your lower back is getting a nice stretch as well. When you're ready, come into your tabletop position, and we're going to move through a series of cat-cow stretches, just getting that upper body nice and loose and stretched. On an inhale, we're going to drop your belly down, lifting up through the chest. Exhale, rounding that spine, really pushing your hands into the mat so that you're feeling a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. Inhale, chest is lifted, lifting that tailbone. Exhale, rounding that spine. One more time. Inhale, lifting your heart up to the sky. Exhale, curl that spine. Coming back to center. And we're going to transition into a balancing table exercise. So taking your left arm out, extending your right leg out behind you. And really, in this move, I want you to use that right hand and pressing it into the mat, trying to keep your hips square, really engaging your glutes, engaging your core, so everything is nice and tight. On an inhale, we're going to bring our left elbow to our right knee. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, bringing it back to your knee. Exhale, extend it out, really engaging those glutes in your core here. One more time. Elbow to knee. Exhale. From here, we're going to take our left hand and we're going to extend it out to the side, and taking our right leg and extending it out to the side. Inhale, extending both limbs out to the side. Exhale, back to center. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, out to the side, really engaging your core here, keeping your balance in that right hand. Last one. And back to center. Dropping it down, we're going to do that onto the next side. This time extending your left leg behind you. Right arm up. And just getting your balance here, again, really tightening that core, really engaging that left glute muscle. Your arm is strong, everything is nice and tight and strong here. On your next inhale, we're going to bring that right elbow to knee. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale one more time, bring that elbow to knee. Exhale, extending it out, bringing it out to the side now. On an inhale, extend both limbs out, opposite sides. Exhale, back to center, really working on your balance here. So it's not just glutes, it's core, all lower body here, and upper body for keeping that balance on that left hand. Last one, and back to center. Bringing your hands and feet back to the mat, tucking your back toes under, lifting those hips up into your downward facing dog. Just take a minute to breathe through this down dog. Really expanding the belly with each inhale. With each exhale, bringing your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Trying to lower the heels down as much as you can. Really pressing your energy into your hands, pressing them into the mat. On your next inhale, we're going to lift that left leg up to the sky into your three-legged dog. Bending that knee and just really opening up that hip there. Back to center, bringing that left foot down. We're going to do the same to the other side, lifting your right leg up to your three-legged dog. Bending at that knee, opening up that right hip. Coming back to center. Walking your feet up to the top of the mat into your forward fold. We're going to take a sun salutation here. Lifting your hands up to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep your knees nice and bent here if you'd like, bringing your chest as close to your thighs as you can. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your feet back into plank, taking your vinyasa flow here. Shifting your weight slightly forward. Exhale your way down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting your left leg up to the sky into your three-legged dog, making sure that your hips are square here. Bringing that left foot in between your two hands on an exhale. And just getting ready for your lunge. So lifting your chest off of your thigh. Inhale, lifting your arms up to the sky. Really sinking down in your hips here. So all the weight is on that front foot. Your right glute is engaged. You're nice and tall. Shoulders are away from your ears. And if you can, try to sink down a little bit lower. Inhale, start to tilt forward, bringing your hands behind you. Really focusing and keeping your balance here. And just breathe in and out through your nose. On your inhale, keeping your weight forward, we're going to lift that back leg up into your warrior three. Focus your eyes on something to keep your balance. That left knee can be slightly bent here. Like you're taking off on an airplane. For 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that right foot down, sinking your hips into a chair pose. Really pushing those hips back. You can bring your knees in together and your thighs to touch. If you want to increase the challenge, you can come up onto your tippy toes and hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a nice deep inhale, lifting your hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your feet back, lowering down into your chaturanga. Keeping your elbows grazing your ribs here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're doing the same sequence now on the other side, lifting your right leg up to the sky. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bringing your foot in between your two hands. And get your balance. The weight is in that right foot. Lifting your chest off your thigh. Take an inhale, lifting your hands up towards the sky. Making sure that that knee is in line with your ankle. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Strong lower body. Inhale, start to come slightly forward, extending your hands behind you. Just breathe. On your next inhale, keeping that front knee bent, lifting that back leg up into your warrior three. Keeping your gaze just straight down in front of you. And we're here for 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your left foot down, sinking your hips down into your chair pose. Now, if you'd like, you can keep your hands at heart center, or you can keep your hands up to the sky, completely up to you. Bringing your knees and your thighs close together. And if you want that extra challenge, come up onto your tippy toes. And release, dropping your hands down onto the mat. Stepping your feet back into your plank, taking your vinyasa flow here. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just take a few seconds to catch your breath here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Getting ready to continue our lunges. Lifting your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your foot nice and softly in between those two hands into your lunge. Inhale, lifting your chest off your thigh and bringing your hands, extending them right behind you. Maybe you can clasp them behind your back if you want to stretch out the whole front shoulder blade area, the whole front of your chest. You can do that. Releasing your hands, lifting that back leg up into your warrior three. Option is to always keep your hands in prayer or extend them out on either side of you. Whatever helps with your balance. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Dropping your hands down, keeping that back leg lifted into your half split. Dropping that right foot down. Sinking your hips down into your chair pose. But this time we're going to just change it up slightly, and I'm going to see if you notice a little bit of difference in the areas of the legs that it's working. Instead of sinking your hips just back, like as if you were sitting, we're going to still keep that position, but we're going to come slightly forward. And see if you notice a difference here in the parts of your thighs that are being activated. You can also come up onto your tippy toes here if you like. Dropping your heels down. Straighten your legs and coming into your forward fold. Step your feet back. We'll take a vinyasa flow here. You could not do the vinyasa at all and we can meet you in downward dog. Completely up to you. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting your right leg up to the sky, keeping those hips square. Exhale, gently placing that right foot in between your two hands. Start to lift your chest off of your thigh, extending your arms up behind you. Option again is to always, you can clasp your hands behind your back if you want a deeper stretch. Releasing your hands, lifting that back leg up into your warrior three. Try to lift up that back leg so that it's parallel to the mat and everything is in one line. And we're here for 3, 2, and 1. Drop your foot down, sitting back into your heels. Last chair pose, I promise. Sinking those hips down. See if you can sink down just a little bit lower. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bringing your hands together and coming on over to your left, bringing that right elbow onto the outside of your left knee into a twisted chair pose. Taking some nice deep inhales and exhales here. And release, lifting your hands up. You can stand up for a second, but not for too long. Sink those hips down into your chair pose. Bringing your hands together. Exhale, coming over to your right. Left elbow is on the outside of your right knee. Bringing your gaze just a little over your shoulder. Bringing your hands down onto the mat. Stepping your feet back into your plank, taking your vinyasa flow here. Shifting your weight forward. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That was the last chair pose, I promise. Taking your left leg and bringing it parallel to the front of your mat. Coming into your pigeon pose here. Extending that back leg behind you. And just positioning yourself so that your hips are square, so that your hips are sinking into the mat, but evenly, so you're not tilted more to one side than the other. You could always use a block or actually you can use a blanket to kind of just sit underneath your hips to help level it off if you need to. Use whatever props you need to get into proper alignment, which is more important than anything else. Option is to stay here, or you can lower yourself down. Really enjoying this nice stretch on the other thigh. I really need this stretch today. It's one of my favorites. Coming back up. Bringing your left to meet your right into your downward facing dog. Just walk it out here. Nice stretch in the back of the thigh and your calves. Bringing your right shin and knee parallel to the front of your mat. Coming into your pigeon pose on the other side. Making sure that that leg is straight behind you. Okay, take a few seconds to just align yourself here. Trying to sink those hips down onto the mat. Chest is nice and lifted. No tension in the shoulders here. And bringing your head down towards the mat if you'd like. Completely optional. Just coming back to your breath. Pressing into your hands, lifting yourself up nice and slowly, coming back into your downward facing dog. Walking your feet up to the top of your mat, into your forward fold. On an inhale, we're going to start to sink our hips down, bringing our bottoms onto the mat. Keeping your feet planted on your mat and just lowering your upper body down. Coming into our bridge pose, so making sure that your feet are about hip width apart here. Really pressing your feet into the mat, really grounding your feet into the mat, lifting your hips up as high as you can. Trying to keep your hips in line with your thighs, in line with your knee. Bringing your hands underneath you and clasping your hands together. Really trying to lift those hips as high as you can. On your next inhale, we're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. And just hold it here, really pressing that left foot into the mat. For 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that right foot down, keeping your hips up, lifting your left leg up to the sky. And just hold. Really anchoring down into that right foot. Pressing into the earth, trying to lift those hips a little higher. And release. Releasing your hands, lowering your hips down, bringing your knees into your chest for a nice hug and a nice stretch to your lower back. If you'd like, you can rock side to side. Just do whatever feels comfortable to you. You can do one leg at a time and stretch, whatever you feel you need. Just take this time to stretch out that lower back, stretching out your glutes. Whatever works for you here. When you're ready, bringing your knees down onto the mat and bringing the soles of your feet to touch into your butterfly pose, reclined butterfly pose. And you can place your hands on your belly, just as a way of tuning back into your breath. Just feeling that nice rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Extending your legs out in front of you for Shavasana. Bringing your hands just on either side of you, opening your palms up to the sky. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Let your feet kind of dangle. Just coming back to your breath. Nice, even inhales and exhales. Trying to keep your inhales just as long as you keep your exhales. Coming on over to your side, you can bend your knees. Lifting yourself up into a seated position. Taking a nice deep inhale, lifting your hands up to the sky. Exhale, bringing your hands out in front of you, and just take a nice stretch. One more nice stretch here. Walking your hands up slowly, coming back up into a seated position. And that's it. There's your yoga routine for strong legs and glutes. I hope you enjoyed the class today. Please let me know what you thought of the routine today. If you liked it, any thoughts, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe. I post a new video every week. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.